This is Daniel from the Fire Academy. I'm here with Ben from Alchemy Skateboards. So if you could just tell us a bit about yourself and where you come from, etc.
Yeah, well, my name is Ben Warner. I am from Tacoma, Washington, USA. I'm the executive director of Alchemy Skateboarding and Education Center. Can Taylor be in this with me too?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah, let me get all the muffin out of my...
And I'd also like to introduce Taylor Woodruff, my partner, my friend, and also the program director at Alchemy Skateboarding as well.
Thanks, man.
Right, thanks for coming on the show, Taylor. Good to be here. Good to be here. So I did in my undergrad I skateboarded across the United States. I had a nonprofit rank, and I raised funds for the local Boys and Girls Club where I went at. And then after that, I went back to get my master's program in the IS department at UW Tacoma, which enabled us to come together to work on legalizing skateboarding as a mode of transportation. And Taylor will go ahead and tell you some of his background now.
So my name is Taylor Woodruff. I'm the program director at Alchemy Skateboarding. Originally from Los Angeles, California, now living in Tacoma, Washington. I met Ben in 2011 when he put on the first Go Skate Tacoma event, which was the celebration we had after we legalized skateboarding in Tacoma. And ever since that, he's told me a bunch of crazy ideas that I was crazy enough to believe and want to help him achieve. So we've been working together on that ever since.
4 years now.
Yeah.
5 years.
5.
Wow, brilliant. Yeah. Excellent. So when did you first get into skateboarding? I'll just start with Ben.
So I first got into skateboarding when I was a kid. There was this Ninja Turtle skateboard. And it was my neighbor's son had it, but he didn't have an interest in it. And at first I would just roll up and down the hills, and that's all. That's really all I ever did. And I really enjoyed it. And then I started meeting with a lot of other folks around the community, and things started changing. And then I started getting really back into it when I was in the college, time, really. So I guess that's overall 15 years because I'm 32 now. So, yeah.
I got my first skateboard as a 10-year-old. It was a present from Santa Claus at Christmas. And I really made him work for it. I wanted custom lightning bolts on the grip tape, and he did a great job. And I got it and then didn't ride it for about 3 years until I was about 13. And then I really started to get into it, and I had a new neighbor move in on my street, so we'd skateboard together almost every day, and kind of fell off for a little bit after high school, and then I actually picked it back up again through longboarding. I met some friends at college that were big longboarders, so that's how we kind of explored Tacoma, which was a new city to me. We would just get on our boards and push with no destination, and it sort of sparked the fun in me again, and after I started doing that, I realized I miss traditional skateboarding as well, so I picked that back up. So it's been about a total of 15 years, but 3 of those years it sat in the closet.
Excellent. So how did Alchemy come about, and whose idea?
Who's the person to blame? Is what
Whose idea was the name?
So don't you do that to me. Like I said, when I skateboarded across the United States, I started in San Diego, California, and skated across the United States to Tybee Island. And I didn't invent anything. I didn't create anything. I just asked people. I asked police officers, I asked teachers, I asked the kids that were skating there, what would they like to do? Or like what would they like to be a part of? Like how do they envision skateboarding or education and those sorts of things? Because half the kids I skated with in that time were dropping out of high school and things like that. So I don't really view myself, I don't feel like anybody can really take credit or take blame for Alchemy. Realistically, it's a collection of a community across the country, a community. So that way when I first met up with Taylor and I explained to him the vision of this education center, it wasn't like he heard it for the first time. That was already in him already, So I didn't really have to sell anything. I just asked him to help out, and
I don't think you asked. I think I sort of just pushed myself
he
into
pushed
it.
himself in.
Yeah, I saw an opening and I went for it.
Got it. Yeah, and fortunately Taylor built this skate ramp that was a skate piece that was both a couch and a skate ramp at the same time. You know, and he got school credit for skateboarding at his college, and so did I. We both kind of cheated the system to kind of work it around to get school credit for
So
skateboarding.
we wanted to team up and help other people cheat the system.
Yeah.
Get credit for skateboarding and having fun, basically.
Yeah, I love the putt golf one.
Yeah.
With the hole. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Any loophole we can find, we
Yeah.
skate right through it.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of loopholes. Yeah.
Yeah. So the logo sort of based around the squaring the circle alchemical symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And semiotics and symbolism was a big part of my discipline, and just symbology, like so people can add connotations and kind of recognize it. And alchemy, the idea of alchemy, the idea of seeing value in places where others do not, is heavily tied into how we encourage others to view skateboarding as well.
And the idea too of the transmutation of common minerals into gold. We see that's the value. Skateboarding is that thing that most people don't bat an eye at, and it's just kind of a thing that's there. But to Ben and I or any other weirdo sorcerer, there's gold in that to be had if you can kind of help break it open and share it and explain it.
Yeah, I was thinking of a tagline, turning shred into gold.
Turning
Shred instead of lead in the
Maybe not.
Yeah.
You might see that on the internet.
Yeah.
Ben or my name.
Yeah.
Like,
This is time-stamped.
Yeah. Find a way to cheat that system too.
So, what differences have you found skating in the UK compared to the US while you've been here?
Honestly, I'm sure there are some, but I haven't. It's just it's a welcoming community. It's amazing that the first day we were here, we bumped into a complete stranger on the street, and he saw we had skateboards. He had a skateboard. All of a sudden, we knew each other, and he took us to the local skate park and introduced us to people. And honestly, I think they're more alike than they are disalike. They're both sort of still on the fringe a little bit, but the communities in and of themselves are really welcoming and embracing of other skaters. It's been incredible.
And that really goes to really prove that the skate community world-round, it's like a worldwide tribe in a way. A way to, it doesn't matter what ethnic background you come from, religion, class, anything. The skateboard community is a community in itself. So there's a little bit of us everywhere.
And we all speak the same language that no one else understands. Tray flips, nollies, switch flips, all of that nonsense.
Yeah. Excellent. So could you tell us a little bit about how you got the skate ban lifted in your city?
Yeah, so before 2011, you couldn't push a skateboard in the city of Tacoma without potentially having your board confiscated from you, and you could get a ticket written to you or harassed by the police officers. So we first started asking questions why, and my thesis, conflict between dominant cultures and subcultures in urban areas, was used to speak to city council with a lot of other people in the community as well. So we asked why, because there's no measure. If it's not measurable, it doesn't exist. So there's no amount of injuries that they could prove were more substantial than the bicycle injuries, or there's no real reason other than negative connotations towards a culture in a community. So we first asked Council Member Marty Campbell, who's on our board of directors right now, to help us out. And Antonio Gramsci always said, he's a political theorist. He's a Marxist communist, so maybe should edit that part out. But what he said was to infiltrate the systems peacefully and make changes from the inside. And so I really took that to heart through my deal and just tried to make friends on city council and tried to work with the school district and all these folks. And there's nothing that says skateboarding is more dangerous than anything else. So why? And we took time and and showed up, and then had the proclamation reversed in the city of Tacoma, and that was that.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I saw that. Was it in Seattle City Ordinance? Like it was like passed in 1979 or something. Like that everything was banned, and it's like it's classed as playing in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually just kind of misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. I think as human beings, we tend to look at something that we don't recognize and say like, well, because I don't recognize it, it must be unsafe or doesn't belong in here.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Get off my curb.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, how did you hear about us at the Fire Academy?
The internet. Because the education side of what we would like to do, education is the key to really infiltrating these systems and making changes from the inside and getting youth to access city council, city government, metro parks, all those sorts of things through education is really the best way to go about it, and really to empower the youth to show that they have things to bring to the educational system. As kids, they are brilliant in themselves. So we couldn't find anybody, a lot of folks around the world even, that were doing education in school sorts of programming. So I found, just Google search and looked. It took me a long time. That came across what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's really also based too in just like a general insecurity that we're insane and doing something that's crazy, and so we're just desperately trying to find someone else that was doing it to validate, like, okay, all right, someone else, and then coming here and seeing your facilities, like, all right, sweet, we're okay.
Yeah.
Other smart people are doing smart things. We're not just insane weirdos.
Yeah,
or maybe we are, but
we at least have company now. So if you could be able to take what you're doing here back to Tacoma, Washington, and prove, like, see, this works, give it a try, would build a lot more allies, for us too. But long story short, we came about this by just searching and finding people that were like-minded, really. And that's what you do in skateboarding too.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I definitely think that you should do that YouTube like tutorial sort of thing with printing on skateboards, like either with stamps or just with screen printing, because we were looking for so long for something like that and didn't find it. So
this is your guy.
It sounds authentic.
I like it.
Sound of progress. Things being made.
What are you working on now, and what are your plans for the future?
Me?
Yep, you go first.
Yeah, so currently we offer some skate PE classes in school, getting skaters credit for the work that they do, which is great. We also offer summer, winter, spring break camps for beginners and learners. We have our drop-in center, which is our indoor skate park, which is currently open 3 days a week, Mondays and Fridays from 4 to 8, and Sundays from 12 to 8. We have on average almost 100 skaters come through our building every week now. And the newest program that we're developing is our SALT program, which is the Sponsored Alchemy Team Leaders. It's sort of Alchemy's approach to having a sponsored skate team, where instead of just presenting them with boards or stuff to ride and having them just make videos, we're actually training them to hopefully be our replacements. We're using them to get involved in city council. They're leading the charge as far as improving and maintaining the Metro Parks facilities that we do have. They're in charge with helping us come up with our new programs. They're going to be teaching all of our skate camps. So really trying to impart what we've learned so far doing what we do to the next generation and empowering them to step up and be pivotal in the development of Alchemy. We think that we're a community-based organization and that we ask the community what they want and we try to shape and deliver what they need, rather than just have ideas that we like and do those.
Yeah, providing opportunities, really. And like Taylor said, the beauty of this is we're able to get input from the people in the program, so this way the program always reflects the people that we serve. Rather than us telling them what they ought to do, they really steer the ship in that regard. We just provide them opportunities to be to develop and cultivate skateboarding in a meaningful way that they already are doing. So in a sense, like they're going to be changing what our skate programming looks like in a way too, because they're going to be adding their influences into it. We just are providing that skeleton for them to fill. And our plans for the future are really just stabilized, for one, so we can be funded in a way that makes it more sustainable for us. And also to set up an exchange program so we can take some of our skate leaders and send them here, and perhaps you could take some of your skate leaders and take them to America, and we can do an exchange that way and just cross some different ideas and brand and work together. So I would, my goal is also to really partner with the FAR Academy in a meaningful way with Alchemy, so we can approach some of maybe the problems that we share and some of the solutions to make a better skate community worldwide, really.
Yeah, that's my secret slogan for Alchemy currently is Tacoma today, the world tomorrow. So we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Thanks for coming and visiting us and for talking to us today.
Yeah, no, thank you. You have an incredible facility, and I'm so impressed with what you have over here. It's really inspiring for us to be able to take a lot of this home, and we're so grateful to be here. And thank you for doing that. It's good. It's great. Yeah. Any more questions? You good?
Excellent. No, that's fine. Excellent. Thank
Before
you.
we start crying.